And that's how the game starts. Arx Fatalis was released the same year as Morrowind, but it didn't achieve the same recognition or success, remaining in Morrowind's shadow. While both games share similarities, they are also quite different. Anyway, in Arx Fatalis, someone decided that turning off the sun would make for a viable plot device. It's a pretty unusual setting, especially for a game set in a fantasy world. So when people realized that the sun will be gone, they had to get a little creative in order to survive. That was a rare show of cooperation from all the races. Humans, goblins, trolls, and more. But aside their differences,
You have my sword.
And mine!
and migrated underground into sprawling systems of dwarven mines and caverns. They sealed it all up on the frozen wasteland by a single wooden gate. Despite being just one flimsy gate away from an eternal ice age, it's somehow still warm inside. But who needs the sun when there's magic? With magic, anything is possible.
Magic.
There comes one of the races, snake women, who are adept at arcane arts. Those half-snake, half-women beings plays a big role in underground survival by creating new plants that forgot photosynthesis exists. Thanks to them, food sources are sustainable even in this post-apocalyptic world, and includes more than just grilled rats and tasteless mushrooms. That's the current state of the world in which Arx Fatalis takes place. Life in the dwarven mines is still very livable, but not long after the migration,
I don't want peace.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your
I
eye.
want problems!
conflicts broke out again among the races. Yo, let's go, Gramps.
Die, you bastard!
Yeah! Each of the 8 levels was divided among the groups. Level 1 belongs to the humans, who build their entire city there. Level 2 is mostly occupied by goblins.
So stupid!
And that's where the story of Amshagab begins. When you start a new game, you are instantly greeted by a character who looks like Tom Cruise. Sure, there are other faces to choose from, but I'll take this one, whatever. Aside from that, you get a simplified character sheet with 4 main attributes. Strength determines your melee damage, mostly. Mental, dexterity, and constitution. Then there are 9 skills to choose from. Some of the more interesting ones are intuition, which lets you spot secret buttons, passages and hidden traps. Personally, I went for a battle mage build. Archer in this game is kinda meh. That's mostly because bows and arrows are ultra rare, and I haven't seen a single archer around. Seems like Arcane Studios has a personal vendetta against archery. Just before I got into a game, I installed the mod Arx Libertatis. It fixes a lot of jankiness that was in the old engine, and makes it a lot more playable on modern systems. I would definitely recommend it, unless you are trying to play Arx on your grandma's PC. Anyway, you wake up in a goblin prison, being hit by amnesia. All you know is that you need to escape and regain your memory back. The game itself somehow reminds me of those point-and-click adventure type games, just because how the inventory and most interactions with world and items work. It's clunky. Most of the mechanics in this game are clunky, to be fair, from movement to combat. But that's the part of the old game's charm, isn't it? Speaking of combat, as soon as you break out of your cell, you have to take down the goblin guarding it. And guess what you are beating him with? Melee combat itself isn't much of a spectacle in this game. You just swing your weapon, sidestep between hits, and repeat until your foe drops. There are options for quick and heavy attacks to deal more damage. There are even directional attacks, but honestly, I didn't notice much of a difference between them. Take this.
Got him.
I just wanted to be sure. That's the guy we saved from the prison, alongside us.
Open my cell.
What if I don't? You could also leave him in his cell. It's one of the choices you can make in this game. So he gave us the name.
Thank you, Amshagar. If you can't remember your name, you better keep this one. It means he who has no name.
He's in the Guild of Travelers. They somehow managed to travel across the frozen surface of Exhausta, and they're the only people making connections between Arx and other underground cities. Sadly, he's the only one you meet from them.
You'd better go now, Amshagar.
This game doesn't try to hold your hand. Well, maybe just for the first 20 minutes or so, in sort of a tutorial area. Even then, the help is minimal, and only covers some basics. There are no map markers. All you have is a journal, which also lacks clear directions and clues for your objectives.
There are no rules, man. We're lost.
This setup makes you rely on careful listening to dialogues, exploration, and experimentation. Well, if there's an anvil, I guess I could repair it. Something's happening. Okay, that's better than nothing. That's just one of many interactions.
But wait! There's more!
Arx Fatalis is the kind of RPG that really leans into immersion and interactivity, what some people might call an immersive sim. The world encourages you to interact with nearly everything. Can I bake some bread? Holy shit, Gordon Ramsay would be proud. You can feed a dog with meat. Or even give some cheese for rats. There's fishing. Good day for fishing, ain't it?
The worst thing about trolls being stupid is
Wait.
that it's hereditary.
Can't I met you before somewhere? You can brew potions with herbs. Let's not forget mining gems and ore. After that you can smelt ores into ingots to craft your own weapons. Or you could just steal weapons right in front of the guards. I need this one. They don't care anyway. You can kill animals for food right in the streets. And guess what? They still don't care. You can even buy some goblin mine shares. Buy high, sell low. Right? And of course there's more. There are plenty of puzzles. I thought I was being smart with this one. It's in a Goblin King's throne room. And the thing is, he loves spies. I guess you know where that leads to. It's spy. Password is spy. No, what? I'm a dumbass. Some of them are really hard to solve. Just because you didn't even know that you could do some of the particular things. Okay, time to Google things up. Wait, there's the reveal spell? Magic is one of the most unique things in this game. What's unique about it? It's how the spells work. Here you need to find and collect runes to unlock spells. In order to cast those spells you have to draw the runes in a specific order, and all of that happens in real time. Sounds clunky? Well, it can be. Some runes look quite similar, and the rune detection doesn't always pick up exactly what you've drawn, adding a bit of a challenge, especially during combat. But you can stack up to 3 spells for later use, which sometimes are also not enough. Goddamn liches. There are about 50 spells. Most of those spells are written in your journal, once you collected the necessary runes. Yeah, finally. Levitate? More like stay afloat. Except hidden spells and so-called cheat spells. Something's missing. Oh wait, I almost forgot about that. Alright, first off, remember, if an item looks unique, it's probably needed for a quest or a puzzle. And trust me, there are a lot of keys. Here's a quick tip. There is a keychain. Choices in this game aren't dialogue driven. Instead, they are action based. There aren't many side quests, but the ones that do exist are quite fun. Some of them are even crucial, if you want a better outcome for the main story. Speaking of the main story, it's a pretty generic one. You are the hero who must stop the big bad boss.
I'm in danger!
So the story goes like that. After you part ways with Kulta, your goal becomes reaching the human city to regain your lost memories. Once there, you quickly realize that nobody has any clue who you are.
You are the devil! Help! I have seen the devil!
But they need help.
It seems I can't escape being drawn into these events. Well, I shall help you.
So you enthusiastically agree to assist the dwellers in hopes that it will help you to remember something. As you get involved in the city affairs, you uncover a series of gruesome murders, turning you into a detective. You eventually discover that the cult of Agba is behind these crimes. Their goal is to summon the god of destruction, Agba, by performing human sacrifices. However, there's a twist. This Agba promised to bring back the sun, which I highly doubt. In your mission to stop the cult, you learn that you were actually sent by the Noden, a mysterious metaphysical realm with beings called Masters. These Masters maintain the balance between gods and mortals across all realms. And from there, they send guardians to do their job.
Give me another good reason to spare your life, mortal.
So yeah, your memory loss makes sense as well, since you were nerfed on your journey through Arx, explaining why you need to level up throughout the game.
You look bad.
In the quest to prevent Agba's incarnation, you'll face variety of challenges. Okay, I gotta clean up my pants, and we'll have to travel across all of the underground levels of this dark world. You wanna say that dwarves are also gone in this game? Got it. Arx Fatalis is a dated, clunky, and sometimes frustrating immersive sim/dungeon crawler. What the fuck? It's not my fault you decided to die. But it's a unique and captivating game with a strong sense of atmosphere. It does lack polishing, and some parts feel rushed, leaving many questions unanswered, and that leaves a lot of space for a sequel to fill, which will probably never happen.
Put that back where you found it.
Oops. Hey, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll put that back. Okay, I'm sorry. Even the dog is mad at me.